Alright, hello everybody. I'm Palidore. I'm on channel 3 and I've got Synapse versus 4 Kings. Kind of unexpected on my part. See, I've been gone all day, came back home, fresh shot in the arm, and now I've got a shot of adrenaline because we've got some teams with a lot of hot shots and shooters on their side. So, that said, I think we may or may not be getting a server switch. Can't quite tell absolutely, but what I can tell you is because of some rescheduling here in the Master Division today, I think this match was initially intended for Channel 1, I think, but then there was some reschedules. Hence, the adjustability! And us being here on Channel 3, and you with me. I didn't even expect a cast tonight, but, you know, can't let the kings, the queens, and the enders down, specifically. As well as the synapses. Trying to think of a clever way to work it in. You know, synapse, brain, head wears crowns. There was a pun in there somewhere, but I didn't have time to warm up. Thus, I have nothing for you. But synapse, regardless. Okay, so forget it. How you guys doing? Save me here. Save me. I'm drowning. Caesar, I'm drowning. Whoosh! I'm drowning. I'm going splash. I was about to say a different kind of thing that rhymed with your name, but I figured that would probably get me banned. So, I'm not going to do that, but nice to have Whoosh in the stream, as well as Skeptic and Kit Catastrophe, Flare VR, and what's this one? Parental Unit Daughter. There you go. I was thinking Parent a Lunit Daughter. No, not quite. Saluna though. Hello. That's much easier to pronounce. Flare VR, Dr. Pepsi gone. Shame on you for multiple reasons. The worst. And yes. Now, Caesar, what happened? Nothing happened. I was drowning for a little while. But yeah. So, 3 of the 4 players back in here, I did give them the pings. So I do believe we probably, possibly, maybe should start? I don't know. Soon enough. I couldn't tell if they were switching servers, but it looks like they're staying on this one. So, yeah, we're going to be good to go. I think. Alright. But yeah, with that, glad to get this match casted here, of course, in Master Division. It's coming down to the wire, the last leg of the season, next week. So let's see, how's everybody? By the by, good to have you guys in here. And Kit, I actually didn't get a chance to get my Dr. Pepper. I was literally on the way, and then I saw Andy post a message asking about the cast because of the reschedules. And I had to choose. Listen to me, Andy W, right now. I had to choose between Dr. Pepper and getting in to cast this match. I chose you. Says something. Something. But yeah. Duke in there as well. Duke, what are you doing in the Twitch chat? You're in the game. No, not Dr. Pepsi Flare. Once again, you're the worst. The best of the worst, but still the worst. Anyway, yeah, so forgive me. I'm hoping not to be too, what's the phrase? Cotton mouth? Mealy mouth? I don't know. I'm gonna try and chug some water here, but, not quite the same as the old Pep. That's okay. Alrighty, so, let's see here. What else is going on? I know all the channels are filled up right now, quite frankly, which is a beautiful thing to see. Of course, all the casters been so very active this month. We brought them on April 1st. Was not an April Fool's joke, no sir. But everyone came on and they've been casting across the channels pretty actively, so it's great to see. Not too often you get to have 3 channels full across previous seasons, but now we've gotten that a handful of times. Now that said, now I'm getting more pings in org and elsewhere that maybe a ping or a server change. I'm not positive there. I mean, we'll see, certainly. I know there's that whole ping count, or what is it called, the ping score system. So maybe you have to go based off that, but either or, hopefully it's not an issue. But if it is, I'm sure it'll be handled. I have confidence. Although depending on when this gets started, it might be able to go on channel 1 after all. We'll see. Anywho, what are you doing in there, Whoosh? Whatever it is, I don't think I like it. Correct. Flare, Dr. Pepper's good. Look, Pepsi's good. I like Pepsi. In fact, some would be surprised to say I prefer it over Coke. But none hold a candle to the Pepper. That's all I'm saying. You know, it's an entirely different tier. It's like if Pepsi was, you know, Diamond. Still very, very, very good. Borderline master. But, you know. It's all about the Pepper. All alone in the Master Division. I don't know. I think it's time soon. Maybe next season. Making no guarantees here, of course. Just spitballing. But with all the divisions and all the teams now, I don't know. Maybe we need to see a Platinum division. You know, put an extra one in there or something. Maybe even 2 more divisions, although I don't know what you would use. Bronze, Silver, Gold, Platinum, Diamond, Master. What else would be there? Like in... That's not already used commonly in games. Like besides Platinum. So we would include Platinum, but what if we put like another one in there? Because I think for NA you could definitely justify it with the amount of teams. I think EU, you can justify a new division, perhaps? Maybe. That's the other thing, too, kind of keeping it balanced between the 3 regions. You don't want too much of a, you know, weird ranking system where it's different for every region. So, I don't know. So, other things I don't know about is the goings-on in the game, because there was a ready up, and then there wasn't. I guess maybe I'll just keep the camera here on the ping situation, so can give a look at that. But Grumpiest Broom, why is Saluna on 4K? Because Saluna's on 4K. Surprised me too, I must admit, but I also, you know, I'm not too caught up on all the inter-master, I don't know if you'd call it drama, but happenings, like I used to be. Used to be so juicy. I used to get all of the information. Now, I think people are too scared I'd spill on stream or something. I can keep a secret. Tell me all your dark ones relating to Master Tier. Anyway, yeah, that said, the rosters did change up. The roster lock, of course, took place just at the beginning of this week. So, rosters will now remain as they are for the rest of the season and into the championships and whatnot. But, yeah, regardless of what the specific rosters are, certainly not a stranger to Master Division for Saluna, or for Rosie here, and for just about everyone outside of Duke, who has came in, as we do start this round, it looks like. Yeah, outside of Duke, who otherwise has just came in and really surprised a lot of people, I think, with a very quick rise. Not a stranger to VR Master League by any stretch, but certainly newer to the Master Division. And, you know, what a job that Duke has managed to do. To Duke in this season. Really been impressive for sure the last couple cycles as Ender gets it to Chrome, cycling that disc and completing the 2-point play. Whoosh asking, what are my thoughts on raising the ping cap to 300? I don't have any thoughts. They're lagging behind too much. That's my response. No comments, I suppose. But over to the blue end, taken here. Looks like Andy and Rosie Hope will be there for the link up. And now they need to link up on the chains. There they go. It's Rosie and Ender. Mamba as well with the recovery, however, gets it to the bubble once more. Now is butted out of there, taken by Andy. Andy a clear to that trap. But more stacks. Just look at how quickly the back and forth play is between these teams in terms of once that disc is loose, those stacks and the redirects on the stacks, the changes of directions, very immediate. Wasting no time. All right. So over into the bubble here. It's Duke winding it, finding it. Mamba supplying it. Zach gets a 2-point tie. Tied it. That's what I meant to say. But all up in a bow, a gift-wrapped assist there from Mamba to Zach W. Couple minutes in, couple points for each team. What's wrong with you, Whoosh? I sim for Moonface. Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I think that's against a rule somewhere. Oh well, this is just Channel 3. This one dies, we're still good. Anyways, Moonface is my guy. All you guys are right here, though. It's going to be a save from Duke. There's the man of the cycle I was talking about, and Caption is going to get it out to Channel 3 mid lane. What am I thinking here? It's going to be Chrome taking it back to the mid fielder, passing it now. Ender diving Andy, and Andy finding the goal now. They're up by 2 once again. Back and forth. Why the soft spot for Saluna? Saluna is Saluna. Everybody, I have a soft spot for all of you guys. You know, I try to hype everyone up equally. Everyone their just dues, because if you do not, that's how you get the you know, what's the word? I forgot my words. Ender here, forget me, because they didn't forget the disc. Ender here with a shot. What I was trying to say was, I feel like casters are always one bad call or one lack of recognition for a player away from having that resentment build up, you know. And I can't have that. People pleaser, you know. You gotta give everyone their credit here, because hey, all these players in this game, they've been working for hours, weeks, months, years at a time to be as good as they are, right? I mean, once upon a time, I was familiar with that situation, but now all those hours are putting into the casting booth. So I got to give everyone that hype, because everyone here definitely deserves it. They are the top, you know, 100 players in a league of, again, 4,000. And look at that very immediate overhead fling by Zach W. Wasted no time. And that was not the easiest shot to make, but impressive nonetheless. And that's why I got to hype everyone up, because you don't see that from a player just coming into the league. You know, that takes time. That takes development to get there. The developmentals of the fundamentals and all that good stuff. Look at the snag, the steal, the shot. Mamba, 21 meters deep in 5 seconds. You know, regardless of the ping discrepancies and issues that were being argued before this match, it's provided some supreme entertainment value, because it's been just back and forth competitive the whole time. So, I don't know, so far so good. I don't know if there's some spikeage going on, but regardless, it's great fun so far. A lot of highlights. Up top here, it's Ender with a disc. Ender to the midfield. Tunnel there, Andy W. crossways to Chrome. Now, Chrome being dove upon, will dive out though, or will send out to Rosie. Rosie now midlining it and trying to send it right back to Chrome. So Chrome on the approach. Ender as well, just beyond the reach. Can't quite snag it. Zach and Caption, they will. Caption, a partial clear, actually does manage to get it fully through. There was a midfielder there, Rosie, but taking it back, it's Duke. Duke with the open lane, walks it in, arms in the air, and does it with flair. Dr. Pepsi, how's it going? Don't worry though, Whoosh. Same as extended to you. Also got to give Whoosh the hype. As long as I can see you. Yeah. Sometimes that dubstep disc comes underway, but like I said, all y'all deserve hype. See, look at it this way. You know, all of your disagreements here and there. Every one of you in the Twitch chat right now wouldn't be in here if you didn't care. Yeah, yeah. You wouldn't be playing if you didn't care, right? Am I right? I'm not wrong. So that's what I'm saying. Give a little love to each other. Put a little love in your hearts. Over here, though, it's Ender trying to get a passing play to Chrome. Chrome to the backboard. Rosie Hope with a dunkaroo around the side. Back to front, side to side. Back, front, side to side. And dunkaroo, I think, was a Tony thing, right? Am I wrong? I don't think so. Catastrophe. You know what? You generate enough hype in your own cast. I'm afraid of hype overload. But of course, hype for Kit. Caption here over to the nest, back to Duke. Duke being contested pretty well, but a little bit of monkey in the middle looks like with Ender. Well, not often you see that actually work out, but it did. Ender snagging it and absolutely punishing for the 3. That hurts, but they still have 3 minutes left. Anyway, see, you know what I always say, the whole happy, healthy, safe, good to each other thing? It's because, you know, especially again in these games in this community, I don't care how much people troll each other around here sometimes. You wouldn't be here after years if you didn't have some love in there somewhere. So I love you back. I love you back. Trust in that. Over here, it's to the blue zone. 2-point game, and we're winding down the last 2.5 minutes now, but the pace has been frantic. Again, it's not all the time you actually see high-scoring affairs between master teams, because we see a lot of them able to slow it down these days, and just as well, the defense has improved immensely. You're seeing a lot of strong defenders, dive defenses. Again, Synapse has been a team who's shown an awful lot of that. But not awful at all, because it's been awfully good. Ender here, though, that shot, actually a pass attempt going off, though, from Andy W. Dropping that one. They'll still have 2 minutes left, so an unfortunate miss, but it will happen. The important thing is a recovery, and there it is. They've still got a lot of time, so you know what? You can't give up on the play, and that goes both ways. Andy's able to convert, but you see, you know, on one of the things, you got to give credit to the midfield brawlers for not allowing the defense to get back, and, you know, maybe even the defense from Synapse thinking, well, that's an open, guaranteed goal, right? So maybe we don't have to stack as fast anymore. We're just going to move on to the next play. But look, the shot missed. Well, kind of the same way. You got to play all the way up until the last minutes, and credit to everyone there for just playing until that goal was, in fact, scored. Brawlers and shooters alike. Ender there distributing down low to Chrome. Chrome is going to walk it up from that boots. Ojo just drops it, actually. And a turnover to Duke. That's unfortunate. But minute 19 left. They are definitely not out of this game. But they do need to score in this next possession to have some hopes. Not just of the Rosie variety, of course. Rosie here and their team, they're looking good. And for that matter, if they can defend here, they'll also be fine. You know, Mamba and Duke in the goal now. Of course, very capable players in that end, but they got to start picking up this pace. Like I said, a minute left. They still have time. But I'm giving it about 10 seconds or so. I mean, if they can't cause a turnover, I mean, this clock is just going to be drained down to empty. I mean, I'm sure Synapse is Four Kings are very happy to do that. So, and they're doing just that. Andy now the dribble. So, diving out finally on them. Ender there with one more pass. Great control and the finish. Chrome will put him up 15-9. Still tempted to say Chrome Platypus oftentimes. Force of habit. I almost did there. Sabovia also in the chat, and they're saying Anomaly almost won. What is it right now versus Joker? It's round 2, or is it over now? Either way, impressive stuff by Anomaly, certainly. That's going to be a shot just missing, actually just being sent out of there, and one more fling, it's gone. Good last-minute defense getting back into the goal and such, but with that, I mean, it's the 15-9 lead. And round 1 win. Go in the favor of Four Kings. So I am curious whether or not we will see the server switch, because I know it was in discussion. Definitely not up to me by any stretch. So yeah, depending on players and the ping score and or mods if necessary, I suppose. I don't really know. I know how it is. Don't worry. My team was the most. What's the word? Stingy, stringent. I'm not sure, but you know what I'm talking about. When it came to those ping issues, you will find fewer players in the history of Echo who got more tilted by that than my team when we were playing. So I'm not one to judge. I'm just explaining. Anyway. We'll see what they do. Thus far, though, all players remaining in the server, so we seem fine for now, maybe. Yeah. So to the Twitch chat there. Let's see. Synapse took a round off Joker, Jammer asking. Yeah, correct. That was in, I think, week 2 of this season. They took 1 round off of Joker. And it was an incredible one. Hyped match. It might have been one of our most viewed matches live, like concurrently at the time. But yeah, it took one round off of Joker. Otherwise, I think Joker's been flawless the rest of the way this season. Now that said, what a headbutt joust there. Nearly able to receive that one, but a few overshoots is going to get that back into the hands of Ender, but only for a second. Some great redirects. Hot out the gates for Caption, looking to start off this round fresh and furious. It's Mamba putting it in. 2 points to start it off. Oh, Jaywalker. So I do assume that means that match you were talking about is over at this point. I imagine. Andy W here taking it and rolling out. They're going to have a deep shot attempt. Will miss and be sent back to the bow tie. Mamba grabbing that disc, sending it right lane. It's going to bounce left. Some good stuns actually in the back line. Will open up. Zach W for the score. Just enough time to walk it in. And yeah, again, credit Synapse there. Putting in some midfield work, midfield brawls. That's one of the aspects of their game that's, I'm not sure I'd call it underrated, at least if you're one of the master teams who plays them. You probably already know, you know, who's who without the casters telling you so. But for everyone else who doesn't have, you know, experience playing against these players, against these teams, I mean, because the camera doesn't always catch it, but by golly, Andy will. Right past Duke, and that's not an easy thing in itself to do. Andy W, though, finds their first couple points. But like I was saying, you know, a lot of that stuff like in the midfield does tend to get missed by cameras sometimes and by casters because it is, you know, off the disc and the focal point of the action isn't always on there, but you really cannot underrate the things that happen from the non-scoring players or from the midfield players when the disc goes one way, but the bodies stay somewhere else. Very, very important subtle aspect of Echo Arena and of advancing those tiers. Piece by piece, step by step. So Rosie Hope over there at the station will wait for the players to space out. Got Andy on one side, you have Chrome on the other, granted being contested very well by Zach. So Rosie's gonna send it up the floor, roll it up, and almost with the rebound, Andy was there on the cut. But they still do a great job to get back, and Ender recovers. Few minutes off the clock and a little bit of a slower pace this round. We did see definitely some stalls at points in round one, but kind of came after a lot of flurry, right? A double-digit scoring around there, 15-9. But right now, 4-2, locked in and locked and loaded. Rosie Hope for the tie, 4 apiece. So another thing is, with my new PC, I've been a little bit lazy with setting up my multiple monitors, meaning I don't have an active eye on the Twitch chat all the time and my assets, so I'm gonna alt tab real quick. Okay, good. Nothing too dramatic or explosive in there, I think. Has it calmed down? Are the waters clear? All right, now they're in the clear for maybe a play. Ender 1-on-1 finds the goal on Duke, and it's a 2-point advantage now, going right back to 4 Kings. All right, alt-tabbing again. Let's see, anything in there? Are people being happy, healthy, safe, and good to each other? Good. Good. All right, and then I will see you guys real soon. So, round 2 continuing here. It's Caption with a disc. Walking up to the tunnel. Stuns there from Mamba, attempted anyways, but just whiffing, but that's okay because they got the play into the blue zone, and that's what matters most. Mamba aligning up the goal, but Rosie denying, snagging it out of there just as it crossed that 3-point threshold. So, maybe out of position, maybe just a bait, but either way, got the disc back. And this is going to enable a fast break play potentially here for Kings. They've got the numbers, and they've got the goal. They're up by 4 points on that 3-on-1. And you remember what I said about the subtle things that happen in the midfield, right? That the camera misses? I mean, with a 3-on-1 inside the bubble, I could only imagine midfield, whoever that lone player was for the 4 Kings out there in midfield, might have been helping out on some of those brawls and stack breakage. But nonetheless, they're down by 4 points, only 4 points, and we still have 5.5 left. Into the tunnel, Caption here up into the wedge now. Mamba up the floor, there's Rosie in the goal, Andy as well, trying to contest and just not allow any time for Zach to find an angle, because Zach Obviously an extraordinarily dangerous player, one of the most dangerous players on offense, and oh, losing it off the head there. Rosie will recover, however, and nice job to dunk it. Is it just me, or did Andy just... Yeah. I was gonna say, it looked like Andy was kind of staring down Rosie off of the pass before the dunk in. And then a little bit of either rock, paper, scissors or high-fiving between the teams. A little dabbing there before they respawned. I assume I assume rock, paper, scissors because it is kind of Rosie's thing. I'm pretty sure she's the champion of it, or at least one of them. I don't know. Pretty sure I beat Rosie at rock, paper, scissors once. Fun fact though. Over here it's Zach. That's a fun Zach with the 6 points on the scoreboard. The 6th point, and they're only down by 4 again. Nice work to only score in 18 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Also Zenith in there, and Gummy Worm. I almost said Grumpy Worm. Thought Grumpy changed his name again. But welcome to Twitch. Welcome to Channel 3. Glad to have you guys here enjoying this match with me today. Currently in the second round, on the 3rd channel, in the 3rd season, on the 14th week. We have all the numbers here. It's our expertise. Rosie Hope at the station has Andy W on the cut as well as Ender at the backboard. Great positioning. Good stuns from Ender contesting Duke there. Andy will receive that one, but Duke coming out of the stun just in time for a save. Nice clutch there and sends it back into the midfield. Another gonna have a chance now at some offense. The goal is exposed. Caption will make it a 1-point game with that hit. 14 meters deep and right as the stuns came in as well. This game has been immensely close all the way through. I mean, even in round 1, I know it was 15-9, but even then, it wasn't until the last minute or two that separation happened. Otherwise, this has just been a tremendous back and forth between these two teams. So now, ooh, dangerous, almost turned over to Zach. That would have been a monumental momentum boost for them. Could have put them up by some points, had an open 3. That said, though, Chrome with a disc here has Ender at the bottom, has Andy at the top. Andy, 2 goalies diving, but the ding off the post, and that miss could pay dividends in the way of Synapse here. Let's see. Now, Andy trying to take that disc. They're going to have some offense again, however. Resetting it to Rosie. Rosie up to Andy. Andy now with a goal. Oh, the save now. Coming in from Duke or Caption. They were both kind of there. Duke flying through, but either way, that was a great grab on a pretty heavy-handed throw into the goal. 2 minutes left, just about. A lot of stuns coming in. And pardon this camera work. I don't know what all that was. Anyway, back into the bubble, taken here by Ender. Ender now losing it, though, to Duke. Now, Duke and Mamba latch onto each other, try to find their grabs, but not too soon. It's a recovery by Andy Chrome. Andy getting stunned by that blazingly fast stack. Meanwhile, Mamba up into the midfield. Now, back to Ender. Bottom of the floor. 1-point advantage. We saw in round 1. 4 Kings were very willing to stall it in the last couple minutes when they had that multi-goal advantage, a 5-point advantage or so. And curious to see if they do any of that here with 1-point advantage. Looks like they're going to press up on this goal. Great pass. Rosie, flash, and into the oven. It's going to be 12-9. Going the way of 4 Kings. Side note, I don't know if I actually did it in this stream yet. If I mix up these teams' names at all, I probably did at some point. Please forgive me. There are so many former Synapse players. They're all over the place, and it gets very, very confusing. But that said, very fun match here. 12-9, a 3-point advantage going the way, and maybe some more points yet. There's a passing play, and Ender putting in the moves. A few fakes before calmly sinking it in through the teeth of the defenders. They're up 14-9. All right, so kind of in emergency mode. They need to score here, certainly, for Synapse. Very, very shortly. This has been once more a very close game, but that is maybe a costly turnover that will result in an Ender one-on-one. And knowing Ender's history, couldn't convert on it, however, had the eye on the impending defender. That's okay, because Andy rebounds it instead. They're up 16-9, and they will close this match out in 2 rounds. And don't be fooled by the score, because basically 18 out of the 20 minutes here have been super closely contested, needless to say. But yeah, with that, the 2-rounder going to the 4 Kings.
Blue has it this time.
Alrighty, so we'll redirect you over, of course, to our stats courtesy of Spark and Ignite. Go download Spark at ignitevr.gg if you haven't already for some reason. But yes, that is the end of that match there in the 2 rounds. It was a fun one. As I said, I see a lot of people popping in because I know channels 1 and 2 were rolling there with some great casts, great matches. But with those potentially being over now, I can see why we have 60-some here on Channel 3. Well, welcome to it. If you missed it, that game was so much closer than the score might indicate. Oops, I think I got one of the scores wrong, by the way, but let me fix that for you. But that said, 16-9 for them. But that said, these matches up until the last 1 or 2 minutes, that's when the separation occurred. Otherwise, the first 8-9 minutes of round 1 was just a 1-goal game. It was back and forth. Round 2, very, very similar. Just the last minute where they started getting multiple goals in a row for the 4 Kings and were able to close it out. But otherwise, that was incredibly entertaining and competitive for sure. You see some big stats there put up by Andy, certainly for the 4 Kings. I mean, 12 points, a couple of assists, 20 stuns as well. Chrome putting in 4 and 2 and points and assists, 38 stuns. Rosie with 6, 2, and 2, so very healthy stat line there, offensively and defensively. And likewise for Ender, I love that. 9 points, but 8 assists. That's my favorite. And 33 stuns as well. So some good team play happening for sure. And a lot of good scoring at that. Synapse's side, you had Caption putting in 3 points, 1 assist, 28 stuns. Duke with 2 points and 4 saves. Becoming a common point here for these streams of Synapse. A lot of great defense. Mamba with a cool 5 and 5 in this 4v4. Some nice stats there, as well as a save and 17 stuns in his own right. And of course, Zach W, who's had some immense offensive matches on cast lately. And just in general. The 8 points and 28 stuns as well to lead those departments for Synapse. But on the whole, it will be that sweep going the way of the Kings. So, going the way of the Dodos soon on this cast. That will be the one and only match, I do think. Also because I wasn't actually planning on casting here until very, very last minute. But yeah. So what did I miss? I'm alt-tabbing back to chat now. Please, no toxic things. You're gonna make my day oh so sad. I'm gonna guilt you into being nice to each other one of these days. Anyway. Regardless of all that stuff, though, glad to have you guys joining. Whoosh, Newton Dad in there talking about the next match coming along Channel 2 in 15 minutes. Easy Clap versus Space Force. And yeah, sounds good. You guys definitely go to Channel 2 and check that out in another 15 minutes or so from now. Zaninja Zero, Simply MF, Jay Walker as well. Ender in the chat there. Oh, was that actually it? It was grounding. Didn't do the chores. Yeah, I can relate. Anyway, with that, I think we'll head off for now. As well, oh, Dash in there as well. I gotta shout you out because I don't see Dash all too often in the Twitch chat. But when I do, I know we're in for a very classy time. Am I right? I'm right. And okay, so it's been good. It's been good. Exactly, Ninja. Exactly. I'm here to just keep it peaceful, especially here on Channel 3. You know, I have a fragile heart, and I can only take so much meanness before everything just goes nuts, you know? Everything falls apart. Don't worry, I'm okay though. I acknowledge you, Kit. See, I think you need to, I know you're like a you're out in the town and having a trip and stuff. I think you're enjoying it too much. You're not hearing me shout you out. Believe me, I can't not acknowledge Kit. Wait, did I say not? I can't not. I can, but not. Okay, that was a triple negative. So no, I can't not acknowledge Kit. There you go. That's what I meant to say. Boozy also in the chat. I always need hugs. In fact, with Sputnik's get-together coming up in a couple months, I'm expecting there to be a lot of hugs. I haven't seen some of these people in real life for 2 years just about, so there will be hugs, rest assured, very soon. Other than that, though, Punda in the chat. Hallie, any percentage fail English speed run? I know. My words work for me and against me sometimes. It's tragic. They work more often than not, though. Maybe not as much today. Okey-dokes. Pally, can I have a hug at LAN? Asks Whoosh. Of course. Of course. Look. That's like the default. I mean, I don't force the hugs on anyone, but and for that matter, people would be surprised. Like I've never been like a hugger in real life or anything like that. In fact, I've been anyone who kind of knows me and my history. I'm pretty much an extrovert, but I don't know. There's just something about those Echo lands when I go there. It's like suddenly I can't be anything but like huggy and social, and it's fun. I'm saying, you know, you people bring out the best in me. Hence why I like to bring out the best in you. Giggity or something. Anyways, hugs for everyone around, but that is the end of Channel 3 and the end of me, possibly forever, after some of my comments here today. I've been Palidore, and this has been VR Master League Channel 3, and I will see you sometime when I see you. I'll take some more casts here and there, believe you me. So until next time, be happy, healthy, safe, and good to each other, and we'll see you again really soon. Take it easy.
And we're underway.
Season 3 of VR Master League Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, Rebuff Reality, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.